while.
I know.
It feels like forever.
It's like, no, it's summer. Poof! We've evolved into a new season.
I was going to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's my season now.
Oh, it's true.
It's true.
There's someone new behind the
The
camera.
scenes, that's
Yeah,
it.
I kidnapped Steph and I put him in a shed.
Well,
The
Miss-
question is, for how long?
For how long
He's
is
forced to do the garden.
Bye,
You
Steph.
did take the whip.
He's gonna grow the tomatoes I threw out of my sandwich.
Really? First of all, you're going to learn one thing. He does not do
He doesn't what?
He will not do a garden.
Oh,
Ever.
Oh, Steph. How
Yeah.
do we miss him?
Oh my God. Well, actually, we're all women here.
That is true.
We are.
Have to, we are. We are. I'm so tired today. The weddings are killing me.
You just came back from a wedding. It's
Yes,
true, eh?
Beautiful wedding. Beautiful weather, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't complain. To be honest, the theme was a garden party wedding.
Nice.
It was like very chill, easygoing, good food. Everyone had a great time, in my opinion. So I can't say
that they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was-
excellent.
And it was at the Tundra. So it was, and the venue, like every venue is nice, but the perk of the Tundra is that if the weather permits,
Yeah.
you could easily do the ceremony outside. They have an outside ceremony and then indoor reception.
Nice.
So it's really nice. It's in nature, it's in the city, but not in the city. It's a bit more out.
Yeah.
It's in Parc Jean Drapeau, so you're near the F1 track, literally. Where they do the F1, you're right there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and you have to go on the track kind of to get there. So.
Oh, you mean you go around in circles?
You have to do a part of the track to get to the Tundra, actually.
How many people got lost?
A lot, including Kevin.
Your husband.
Including my husband to come get me. I don't even know where he went. He went I don't know where. And all I heard is like, oh, I'm on the track. And then I'm like, oh boy, it's going to be a while before you
I
come.
know.
But it worked out. It was nice. And speaking about weddings.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
We are here.
So for today's topic, it's a good one.
I like
think
it.
It's family dynamics when you're planning a wedding.
This is good.
Because, like I said, planning a wedding, as we know already from this podcast, there's a lot of parts, a lot of, elements to plan, right? And everyone gets excited in the family that there's a wedding, right?
Yes, I love it.
It's a happy occasion. When you just get engaged, everyone's excited. You're like, oh my gosh, we have the wedding to plan, this, that. And then you become overwhelmed because you might want something one way.
Yep.
And your, let's say, family member or friend or whoever is helping you or multiple people helping might see it in a different way.
Yeah.
Saying, well, we like this. No, we want that. We want, let's say, destination. No, we want it here. So there's a lot of, different opinions, and people have different things that they want at the wedding. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind it's your day, but also respect the, let's say, family members or friends that are helping you, right?
Exactly.
They mean well, right? But at the same time, there's boundaries,
Yes.
So there's a fine line between saying, okay, I'll take your advice and your opinion, from then just saying, like, what, it's too much, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen, from a planner's perspective, that some of my couples, they got overwhelmed and they didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
And they would come to me and say, hey, Val, let's say so-and-so, in the beginning, they were helping me, like, no problem, we're good.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, they're getting close to the wedding and they're becoming demanding, making them about, like as if it's their wedding.
It's
all
them.
over again.
Oh my God.
And I always tell them, my couples, I always say, define the boundaries early on.
Yes.
So as soon as there's a ring on your finger, whenever you're getting married, if it's the year they get engaged, the year after, whenever, you set, and it's harder said than done.
Yeah.
I could say from my own experience as well. But at the same time, you have to define the boundaries the best as you can.
Yeah.
To say, look, hey, so-and-so, let's say parents, whoever, his parents, your parents, whoever, saying, yes, we'll listen to what you have to say, but we make the final decision.
It's hard. I find it very hard.
It is hard. It is tricky because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're making a plan, and it's like you have to take a little bit here, a little, okay, thank you, we appreciate it. Yeah. But in the end, it is your day.
And it's important to keep that. And at the beginning, it might not even feel like your day. It might feel like you're a guest at your own wedding because there's so many opinions. If there's cultural differences, multicultural wedding, like what cultures, like you have to incorporate a bit of both sides, right?
Yeah.
Something a bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
If you want a more modern ceremony, nothing to do with cultures, you want to make it your own, put a twist on it. There's so many ways to go about it. But what I say to all my couples, set the boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, if, example, when you're going to look at venues, of course, if you feel okay to bring whoever to go see the venues with you, go ahead.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you and your, fiance have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, you don't want to overdo it to get, let's say, your entourage comfortable. Because then they'll be stepping in to make decisions for you, and you might be influenced.
That's the thing. It's
true. You
true.
could get easily influenced. I'm not trying to in any bad way. I'm just saying with experience and what I witnessed and heard from my past couples, that they got easily swayed.
And it gets expensive.
And not only that, but another question: who's paying?
It's true.
Right.
That's a good point.
You have to define. Example. Who's paying for the venue? Who's paying for photographer? Who's paying for entertainment?
Yeah.
Who's paying for, let's say, your dress, his suit? Who's paying for the rings? Who's paying for, like, say, the limo service? Who's paying for the florist?
Yeah,
there's a lot. And other things, too. The list, I can name you 20 things. Let's say if you want entertainment. Let's say a live band. Who's paying for that? Who's paying for, I don't know, there's a caricature artist. Like, who's paying for all these things? Thank you gifts and bonbonnières. Who's paying for that?
And now, you're a wedding planner.
Yes.
Now, let's say, for example, you have a couple. I'm not sure if this happened to you already, that you had a couple and they're saying, well, my father is paying for the hall.
Okay.
My father-in-law is paying for the limos.
That's okay.
What do you do when it comes to making the decision as to what, is it you or is it them?
What I always say, example, for the hall venue, let's say where you're having your reception, right? Yeah. I always say, okay, who's paying for what? I'm honest with them, like in the beginning, like who's paying for what up until now? Yeah. So some say it's us for this, us for that. I'm like, okay, if it's not for you guys, let me talk to the other person if they're okay. Yeah. So I can loop them in what's happening. Yeah. As well. Yeah. And most of the time they're okay with that. They're like, no, makes sense. Yeah. Some of them say, no, we'll pass on the info and. Some say my parents don't, they want to be, keep to themselves. Okay, or whoever. I'm like, I respect that. Yeah. That's okay. I'm not going to pry. I keep that. But some say, okay, they don't mind like a phone call or two just to know what's happening and that's it.
But how much is too much? Let's say for a person to interfere and give their opinion, how much is too much?
I say when the couple starts to when they can't make their own decision.
Okay.
So meaning, let's say in the beginning, a couple, they're like, yeah, we like this, we want this atmosphere, we like this style, this type of cuisine. Yeah. Every venue has their specialty, right? Yeah. But at one point, if they're like, oh, I don't care anymore, or I give up, or you know what, I don't know. Then I know someone got in their head. Okay. Like there's a way, like you could tell at one point when they're like, whatever. No. Yeah, you could tell someone got in their head to that point that they're just like, I want the date to be here.
Oh my God. So what do you do? Because you're a wedding planner. You have to organize this.
I try my best to be like, look, to get them excited again. I say, let's take a break from the planning. Yeah.
Nice.
Like we're already, let's say, halfway done, like the halfway point. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, we're here and here. I'll continue on, of course, but you take a week off. Yeah. Like, it could wait certain things. If something's urgent, I'll call you or text you because I have a group chat. I have how many group chats, text message chats with all my clients, you know? So I'll tell them anything, I'll text you. Yeah. Whatever. So, I try my best to get them excited again, you know, like refresh, and like excited again, like, okay, like this is coming, let's go see the event, let's go see the rentals again to get that spark going. Okay. So I kind of say, hey, let's just make sure you like, everything up to date. And that sometimes helps, but sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So I really try my best to make sure they're still happy and excited and not overwhelmed and they feel like,
But did you ever have a situation?
I had a few situations.
Oh, nice. Tell us. These are the best situations.
I love drama.
I love it.
She's like, I'm waiting. So basically, like, where usually the family interferes is the seating charts where everyone's sitting.
Oh yes, the
Right?
seating.
People, and that's where your family should give a say, because it's, you don't maybe know all the people, right? Or you know some, but if there's drama between family members,
True.
or you have to separate them because they don't get along, you have to separate the whole tables, you know.
Yeah.
So typically that's where it gets a lot, and sometimes my clients are like, well, yeah, I don't care as long as they have a seat, but then their family's like, no, 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 these two people have to be separated, because if not,
Oh.
all hell will break loose. Yeah, seriously.
Fight!
You'd be surprised of how many
Really?
tables that I do. They're like, hey, these two tables can't be, they have to be opposite ends. Yeah, oh yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I had a lot of couples that were like, these tables can't, or these two people can't be near each other. So you
Okay.
had to separate families because of that, because this one didn't talk to this one, or that one
Oh my
had
gosh.
beef with this one dropped out to be a bridesmaid, and they're no longer, they're a guest, not a bridesmaid, so they can't sit with the bridesmaids.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, so that too, in a way, you know, so it's a lot of things like going on
Oh my God.
when you're like, because some might drop out saying no, or you get into a fight, or you know, you never, things like this happen, you know.
Oh my God.
Things happen.
So you've seen this already then?
Witnessed it, yeah.
Okay.
You know, you hear stuff, because I'm like, hey, like, update, how's everything going? They're like, oh, she's no longer bridesmaids. I'm like, okay.
So what happens? Like, what do you do?
Typically, if it comes to, let's say, the week of the wedding, everything's pretty much finalized.
Yeah.
You know, like little changes for guests, you move them around, but you can't change a whole table.
Yeah.
So what I say, if there's a beef between, let's say, the bridesmaids and the bride, I'm like, okay, we can move her to another table, just exchange someone.
Yeah.
So you put her at the end table, and you put someone from that table, you just switch.
But I think when it comes to even seating charts,
Yeah.
but anything wedding related,
Yeah.
Everybody all of a sudden has an opinion.
Yeah, that's very
The
true.
colors
Yeah.
from the
I say put your foot down.
yeah.
Like, even if you're not as assertive, put your foot down. You're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. It's
Yeah.
your day, and I know it's hard, you know, especially in the beginning, you want everyone involved, this excitement, but trust me, the excitement will die down
Yeah.
after 2 months.
Okay.
It's true.
Oh, no.
It's true. It's 2 months. People are excited for you, but then those same people that are excited, they mean business. Like, well, did you think of this color? Do you think of that venue? Even though you already booked the venue, let's say you already,
It's
you
true.
know. So be careful how many people you get excited, because those same people will want a piece of your wedding,
But yeah,
and
it's
they'll
true.
try their best. I know it sounds crazy, but some people don't have the best intentions for you when it comes to your wedding.
Yeah.
Everyone might. I know it's. I hear stuff. I see stuff. I read stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and as a planner, I kind of see things unfold too.
Mhm.
And sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't know what happened. I try to keep the peace neutral, but sometimes there's only so much you could do as a planner.
And also, you'll have people who talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you've had experience with that as well.
They get into the bride's ear saying, do you like that venue? Are you sure you want that venue? I don't know about the walls. Or
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you hear things. And then my bride comes back saying, you know what, maybe we should look, maybe another one. I'm like, we saw 20 already. Like,
Oh,
how many,
no.
like, okay, not 20, but we saw, you know, a lot.
Yeah.
And at one point, all the venues start to look the same. Nothing special anymore. Just the food maybe changes.
Oh no.
So
yeah.
sometimes it happened in the past that some of my, clients, we ended up finding a great venue at the end, but to tell them, you're the one paying for it, not them.
And
Even if they are, like, why didn't they come with you to see the venues?
Yeah.
What was their excuse? We saw 10.
yeah.
Like, where were they?
But even, I mean, during
Yeah.
the wedding too, you have a lot of commentaries, let's say.
Mind you, up until now, knock on wood, all the weddings I've done, there's minimal drama, except,
Yeah.
besides certain things, but it's never to the point up until now that, because most of the wedding party, they're respectful, they get it,
Yeah.
they're not going to cause a scene, there's no point.
Yeah.
But I read things online, you read it, you hear about it,
Yeah.
So I think it's best to create those boundaries, and if someone doesn't respect those boundaries for your wedding day and the planning, just cut them loose. Just say,
Yeah.
look, I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, but what happens if it's your in-law?
It
What do
ha-
you do?
it
That's
ha-
a tough one.
You have to be... No, and that's the thing. Everyone has a different relationship with the future in-laws. Some better, some not as good. But
Yeah.
regardless, you still have to stay strong.
Yeah.
Because if someone gets in your ear, trust me, could be a downward spiral for the planning, and you won't be excited anymore. You won't care about, even you told me you like, let's say, roses or whatever, chrysanthemums or whatever flower you want, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, so and so's paying, I don't care what I have. I'm like, yeah, but it's your tables. It's your bouquet you're having. Your bouquet, not hers, yours.
Yeah.
You're gonna be stuck with the whole day. You hate that flower, like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, if that's what you want, we'll go with what, if they're paying, but you should at least have a say too. If let's say your in-laws are paying for the flowers, which is really nice because flowers add up.
Oh my God,
you know,
yeah.
But at the same time, where do you draw the line? So you have to make it clear saying, look, I appreciate you're paying for, let's say, the flowers, but I want to have a say too.
Yeah.
And if they can't understand that, whoever just said, look, forget it.
Because in essence, you are a couple. Like, let's say the bride and the groom agree to have you.
Yeah.
So I think that the bride and groom should have some type of say.
Some sort of input at least.
Yeah, it's their day.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's where I come in to make sure that they're getting what they want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that the in-law, whoever's paying for, let's say, flowers, still feels heard.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a fine line, and I make sure both parties at the end are happy.
Yeah.
Because if someone's not happy, I have to make sure they're both on the same page, like at the florist.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's myself and the couple that go, because they're paying for it. But I'm sure it'll happen that one day someone else is going to join us, and that's okay too.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as both parties are heard and respected and no foul play, then I'm okay with it. Like,
Do you have a success story?
yeah, most of the time, up until now, most in-laws, friends, never had anything crazy.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time, it was the couple that hired me, and they were my priority. And sometimes they would say, yeah, finally, this one's paying for it, but it's fine. Like, there's no issue. I'm like, okay, if you're happy with it, if you're comfortable with it, then what do I care?
How about gowns? Because I know that's a big one.
For dresses, I mean, most of the time, my brides, they go on their own with their family members. Only maybe I had 2 incidents that they were like overwhelmed and they chose it on themselves.
Really?
Yeah, 2. But mind you,
some details.
they were an older. She already got married before, so it was like different,
vibe there.
Vibe, so it was different. And the other time, she just went on her own and bought it. She's like, enough is enough.
Wow. Yeah, when you get to that point.
Yeah, she had issues, and I think she ended up removing someone from her wedding party.
No!
This was like 2 years ago, mind you, but still like.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, she had to remove someone, She's like, enough is enough. Like, this is like.
To get to that point, though.
And then, mind you, thank God the planning was already done. Like, the majority of it, when she had to finalize her dress and everything.
Yeah.
But she was the type of bride that knew what she wanted from the day one. She was very clear what she wanted. And I knew, and that's a good thing if you know what you want. But even my type A brides that I have, I know at one point it's going to be a lot on your plate because you don't do this day in and day out like a planner. You know, it's your first time doing it. You want all the control, which is fine. And I respect that because I'm type A too. That's why I'm a planner. There you go.
There you
I'm
go.
very type A. But at the end of the day, you could only control so much. And I even tell myself that too. As a planner, I could only control so much. I wish I could control the weather. You know, I wish I could control, I wish I could control everything. But at the end of the day, I have to say, well, I can't control the music. I'm not a DJ.
Yeah.
I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not taking the pictures. I have my phone and good luck.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
at the end of the day, you know, even for me, but I tell that to all my clients, you know, all my couples, like, look, it's your day. Yes, you could control so much.
Yeah.
If someone is annoying you, just tell them, let's take a break. Like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
You're out, or this is not going to go any further.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I find even with the vendors, now we're talking about dynamics between family.
Yeah.
But how about dynamics between family and the vendors?
So,
those paying, even non-paying.
yeah, so with vendors, how do I love vendors? Okay. Oh, boy.
We love them all, don't we?
We love them all. Oh, yes. So
Especially the musicians.
yeah, Steph. Just kidding. Stefano, we're looking at you. Well, he's wherever he is.
He's actually playing.
He actually is.
He is actually, yeah.
So when it comes to vendors, example. So besides myself, because I'm kind of one of the vendors that are most involved with everything. I'm overlooking.
Yeah.
Making sure we're on schedule, time. So I want to pick on photographers. Okay.
I'm right here.
So
If anybody needs a photographer,
Is that red?
yes, it's red.
okay, we're about to.
I was about to collapse. I was about to say, let's get out of here.
Red, don't worry.
Is everything red? Because I saw you poke something.
I'm changing the camera angles.
Oh! Scratch that.
Are
Go
you
on.
serious? I almost choked on my gummy over there before. I don't know if you heard
You're
me
Welshes.
before.
You're Welshes.
I'm eating, if you hear like a lot of like, it's because I'm eating Welshes in the background because I haven't eaten today. It's like popcorn, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So now for photographers, now we're going to deal with photographers.
Let's just say photographers. So photographers play a very important role in the wedding. They take pictures, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So there's some vendors that need to have a backbone, okay, when it comes to family. Because I find 50% of the photographers I work with they don't know how to say no on the wedding day when it comes to family pictures and that. So the couple gives a list of pictures, the shot list to the photographer if they want that. Saying, here are the top 20 pictures we have to take.
Yeah.
Like the top. You have, let's say, meet your family, whatever. So once those 20 pictures are done, and most of the time is done fairly quickly, fast, quick, some in the morning and bit, after ceremony and then the night. So some photographers, not naming names, they follow the shot list, but then there's an aunt you haven't seen for 10 years. I say, I need a picture. Okay.
Oh, no, not one of those.
Yeah.
It's the wine aunt, isn't it?
Yeah, the wine.
And then they take a picture because the groom can't say no, right? So you're already there. And the photographer doesn't know how to say no either. So that's even better. So then someone sees and say, let's go, random, not one on the shot list, priority. Meaning family members, good friends, let's say wedding party, whatever, your neighbor even at that point, And that's the problem because then you're cutting into the time that you might have a few minutes alone with your, with your newly husband or wife, and then you don't have time anymore just to soak it all in.
Oh,
so that's
true.
the thing with vendors is you have to, again, pick them wisely. Even if your mom or dad or whoever says, we had so-and-so for our wedding, this photographer, or this DJ.
Oh, that happens.
But remember, styles change, times change. And how well do these photographers or DJs know how to adapt now? Are they a DJ that plays certain music? Do you want that? Are you a multicultural wedding? Do you know how to play different music from different cultures?
Yeah.
Or is the DJ well-versed in it? Because there's some DJs in Montreal, they could do anything. You give them, they know how to do it. But some lean towards a certain audience, lean towards more this ethnic group or that, group. And not all DJs are the same, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the thing too. When you're listening for advice, advice from family members helping you plan or whoever, say great, but we want more this type of style. Can your DJ do that? Does your DJ only MC? Do you need an MC? Because my wedding DJ, he was great. He did a bit of both, but that's what we wanted. But again, if you want an MC, you have to get a whole MC and this and
it gets really heavy.
It could get complicated. So that's another thing too. When you're talking to your your entourage, say, okay, that's a great DJ, but they don't do what we want him to do or her to do even. So you have to keep that in mind too, because remember, it's whose wedding and who's gonna be listening to that music.
Exactly.
And remember, the DJ, believe it, or band, or both, they have to know how to read your crowd. Because remember, when it was so-and-so's wedding, maybe it's not the same audience, the same age group. If there's a younger crowd, you need music for that crowd.
Yeah.
Not, So that's the thing, too.
Yeah, complicated.
And remember, again, back to the photographer story, some photographers can't say no.
Yeah.
So let's say if you know this wedding photographer, let's say you were a bridesmaid at someone's wedding and they did a good job, great. Consider them. And how did they handle the crowd? How did they handle?
Yeah.
Everyone, did they take the requests or they say no, maybe after we'll sneak you in, right?
Yeah, you have to be careful.
And on the wedding day, back to what I was saying, that how do they handle that too? Are they saying no after, let the couple relax a bit, eat something, then we'll continue?
Yeah.
Or they just keep on taking in people and you don't have a break? Because that's the thing too, right? And some family members will get in there, in the photographer's face saying no, you have to take the picture. And how can that photographer handle that pressure? Because remember, it's your time too that you're eating up.
Yeah.
If your photographer doesn't know how to say no or is a pushover, then what can you do?
Exactly.
It gets to that point. And as a planner, I had to step in a few times to tell some family members saying, no, the photographer is busy. Let's come back after.
Really?
Yeah, or let the couple eat a bit, and then maybe in the evening, whatever. And that's it. I had to intervene a few times because the photographer wasn't doing it.
Oh my God.
So
That
so
could be
I'm
heavy.
like, please pick your vendors wisely. And if your family member, whoever, entourage, says they're a great photographer, go check their work for yourself. Can they handle certain, like, are they good at the style you want? The
Yeah.
wedding, are they well versed in your venue? Right? Because they have to know your location. Times change,
Yeah, that's
locations
true.
change, things change. So how can they handle that? So just because someone you want to say they're a great photographer, maybe for you,
Yeah.
but it's your wedding. So are they good enough for your wedding?
How about if it's a family member? How about
be-
the vendor, like a photographer, is the
To be
family?
honest, I call them frienders. Like some weddings I've done, the frienders are good.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, but some it was a disaster. So choose wisely. I know we spoke about it before,
Yes.
but choose wisely. So if it's a friender and that's what they do as their career, like professionally, not on the side because they got bored one day, fine. But still be careful. Remember, you tell them you're working. You're not going to be at the bar. You're not going to be sitting at your little friend table. You're going to be working.
Yeah. That's the hardest
Yeah,
part.
so you have to be very clear with your friender, making sure they understand that, hey, you're working, you're not a guest.
Well, don't forget, I mean, if it's a family dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a cousin or your
And again, I would
uncles, whatever,
I would tread very careful.
Yeah.
To be very, very clear, saying, look, if I hire you, I want a contract,
Yeah.
not just a verbal agreement, right? Because you could say a million things and then you don't do half of it.
Yeah.
Choose wisely. And yes, family dynamics.
Yeah.
And I agree, you have to tread lightly,
Yeah.
very carefully, but be clear to that whoever family member is a photographer. Say, look, you do great work, but we don't want this for a wedding. Or, we want you to be a guest at the wedding to enjoy
nice.
and not to work.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
How about, and this is a big one,
Yeah.
the food.
Oh boy.
When family gets involved in that one,
Italian specifically.
not just
You'd be
Italians, but
surprised. Many cultures do that too.
Yeah.
It's a thing, yeah.
us, we just like food.
Yeah. I think, again, the same thing applies. Choose carefully.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Choose carefully. And if anything, say, look, we really appreciate you offering, but we want you to enjoy that night.
But the thing is, family gets involved because of the type of food.
Yes, it depends.
I don't like the
yeah.
pasta. I like this, rapini,
I
whatever,
think- So let's say if the food at a venue,
Yeah.
you have options. Remember, every venue has their specialty. They're known maybe for more Italian food or modern food
Yeah.
or whatever food, different styles. Do you want a buffet? Do you want a this? Do you want a 5-course?
A buffet for,
Yeah.
oof.
Yeah, but it'd be surprised. It could be depending on your crowd and
Yeah.
the type of wedding you have. It could work.
Yeah.
And it does work depending
Yeah.
on your crowd and what you want. But I say with the food, when it comes to food, it's preference on the bride and groom. I'm sorry, that's where I draw the line.
I love it.
Because you're gonna be eating your food at your wedding, and it's your palate. And believe it or not, more and more tastings are limiting it to 2 people for a reason.
Really?
And they're charging extra
What?
for more people. Yep. Believe it or not, they're limiting for the bride and groom is free, and anyone actually have to pay a fee.
But you know what? I agree with that.
Yeah,
Because
because-
ultimately, like you said, it is their choice.
And yes, even if so and so is paying for the venue itself, but if the bride and groom can't stand the food or hate
Well,
the food,
yeah.
you're gonna be there at your wedding, seeing everyone else eat the food, and you're like, ugh.
But not just that, it's
Like-
the selection.
Yeah.
Because I know family members, they always, okay, but what are you having? But why are you having that
Yeah.
pasta? Why don't you have
It's
this
like
pasta?
that's what the venue has. I'm sorry, I can't make up. I'm
No,
not-
but they
yeah.
say the chicken or the braised beef, but there's too much braised beef, and now what
So
do we
what
go for?
happens if you like braised beef?
Exactly.
And-
but this is can get complicated.
Yeah. So I say again, boundaries.
Yeah.
From day one, ever since you get that ring on your finger, boundaries.
Yeah.
Be very clear. And I know it's hard. Very hard. I'm not saying it's easy. But you don't have to be sly about it. You could be honest saying so and so. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything. If you're paying for this, much appreciated. But when it comes to certain parts of the wedding, example, food, whatever, we would like to take that upon ourselves.
Yeah.
And they'll have to understand. If they can't understand, sorry.
That's a hard
Yeah.
part, though.
And some will be hurt, but they'll
Yeah.
have no choice.
But what happens? You ever get those? Well, if you have that, I'm not coming.
Then don't come.
What do you do?
Oh, I hate those people.
I
Yeah.
say don't come.
Yeah.
I say sorry.
What if it's your mother?
I'm sorry.
Ma, stay home.
I'm being honest. Some weddings it almost came to that.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
so I'm
my
just
gosh.
saying you have to be honest and and you'll hurt some people's feelings. And I remember some people didn't go. I forget which wedding it was. One of the weddings they didn't come because they didn't like the food selection.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
See?
They didn't end up going. But at the end of the day, are they really your friends if they're gonna be mad about the food? Like,
But like it's superfluous. In
Yeah.
the end, you're an invited guest.
yes, you're invited.
You're invited to attend. I think that would be more insulting
Yeah.
to the bride and groom
That
to
they're
not
going.
show up for food.
Yeah, it happened. I remember a few couples told me, yeah, they're not coming. I'm like, why? They're like, well, you don't like the food, and that's like their good friend. And I'm like,
Okay, then like bring a Tupperware.
No, you can't bring that
Yeah.
Tupperware to a wedding.
yeah, imagine like your little Tupperware,
Yeah. That's it.
your little
They with
cutlet
the tomatoes
sandwich,
they put on the
yeah.
side.
Yeah, that's it.
The
This-
cutlet sandwich.
That's
No one's
it.
looking, eating it.
You're just eating a little
You
de
know?
pomodorini
Yeah.
and you just tossed it.
Toss them to the side.
I tossed to the wind. That's it.
Well, you know what would stress me out though? Like if I were to have a wedding, the one thing that would stress me out the most is like the allergies.
Yeah.
To be honest, they're easier to handle than you think.
Okay.
And I'm allergic to dairy for what? It's going to be 30 years practically at this point. My mom could correct me on that. But to be honest, every wedding I've attended, even my own wedding, they're very careful with allergies because no one wants to get a lawsuit. No one wants to get,
Of course.
And
man.
more venues have vegan options. Like let's say have peanut allergy, they don't have peanuts in the menu anymore. Like they're very, no matter what, they're very clear. And plus, on your like RSVP card, I always tell my couples, if you have any allergies, please let us know. Or
Very
dietary-
smart.
Yeah. And mind you, and remember too, the venue you pick, you say, hey, I know I have 10 people are allergic.
Yeah.
I know right off the bat, 10 people. Okay, and some venues have an allergy menu specifically for people that have allergies.
Oh, that's smart.
Like, more and more venues are opening up to that. They're like, hey, we want to cater to a bigger, not just
Yeah.
And even my wedding, I had, what did I have? I had the cauliflower steak. It was like,
Yeah, I remember
cauliflower
you were
grilled.
saying.
It was great.
Yeah.
And all the weddings I do as a vendor, I tell them like, hey, I do have an allergy, and 90% of them accommodate. And if I don't feel safe, regardless, I still bring my own little snacks in my lunchbox or my food, whatever. But
Yeah.
if I feel that I'm okay to eat it, okay, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
And that goes with anyone at any wedding. If you don't feel safe, bring your own food. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's your safety. So if you can even tell the couple saying, hey, I have a really bad allergy to, I don't know, whatever, I'm going to bring my own food. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
That's perfect.
And that's sometimes how you have to do it.
And that's how you keep the dynamic.
I remember which wedding. I was a guest. I forget whose wedding it was. I was younger, and my nonna brought me a cutlet sandwich that she
See?
made for me.
Did it have tomatoes in it?
No, she knows I don't
Okay.
like tomatoes.
Mom, take notes.
So
I already know.
I remember she had it in her purse, like just stuffed in there, because the food, like the first course was pasta, and we didn't know if the pasta had like the Parmesan cheese in it, the sauce, because some do.
Yes, some do.
And I can't have Parmesan cheese, so I remember, I'll never forget, she passed me the sandwich. I'm like, of course. Like, of course
It's a
you
nonna.
would. Yeah, of course you would. So it was like, so I was so happy. And then the rest of the food was okay, but the tomato sauce with the cheese in it was risky, so we didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
I think it was in the States too, so it's not like here that, but
everything is loaded in the States.
So that's what I'm saying. I'll never forget that. So my point being is, when it comes to food, draw the boundaries. But let's say if you're like, hey, you know what? I don't care if they have an input, then fine, let them have an input.
Yeah.
You have to base on your boundaries and comfort level too.
That's fantastic.
It comes to what you feel comfortable giving someone the decision to make for you, right?
I think that's the best.
That's
Boundaries
what-
rock.
That's what it comes down to is your boundaries, but how much are you willing to give to someone else?
Exactly. And on that note, there are no boundaries when it comes to the first dance.
Yes.
I love it.
First dance. Oh, I love a good first dance.
There's no boundaries there. Well, there should be.
Well,
it kind of should be,
kinda
I
should
think.
be,
But not family intervention.
Yeah,
here.
no, the first dance
Zero.
is your first dance. I'm sorry, but it's your first dance. As
Exactly.
husband and wife. You You can't go wrong.
Yeah, nonnas don't have any say here.
Did I tell you at my wedding? Did I tell you my last dance with Kevin?
Yes.
I told you.
You said, I have to have my song,
Yeah,
and you did it.
And I did it, and I'm like, I was so, and Kevin still can't believe it to this day. So I wanted to dance with him, and I mentioned this before, Hero by Enrique Iglesias. Everyone knows that by now. Everyone knows that. They should know that by now, and Steph would have a comment to that.
Yeah, you
But
probably will.
Of course. So long story short, basically that's like my favorite song in the world, and we compromised it for the last dance of the night.
Yeah.
Which was great. But it was the last dance, everyone was leaving, it was late, so I kind of had to like move my nonna out of the way. I'm like, no. Like, I'll say bye to you after. Like, just give me 2-3 minutes, please. To dance with my husband to our last dance.
Nice.
But our first dance, we already mentioned that song was Yellow by Coldplay.
Yes.
I love that song.
Yeah, that's
See?
Yeah.
She likes it too.
I love
Kevin
Coldplay.
loves Coldplay, so we compromise, which is all good. But for today's episode, it's called Beautiful in White. I don't know who the singer is, but I'm sure Steph could find that.
Yeah.
But it's Beautiful in White.
Nice.
It's like more of like a country-ish song, but more modern. So it's cute. It's a bit for everyone.
Oh, beautiful.
And I know on YouTube, if you Google it, like there's many different versions you could find.
Beautiful in
And
white.
Is it Shane Filan
Maybe, I think.
and Paul Meehan?
I don't know. There's many different covers of it. It's called Beautiful in White.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a cute, it's like a bit like country-ish, but again, there's many different covers. There's like the violin cover, the this cover, the that cover, the piano cover.
It's a personal
Yeah,
choice.
It is exactly that.
Yeah.
You have to put back. Sorry, but first dance, you need to limit who has to say in it because it's your dance. That You
Yes.
get only one time.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry, but
Some 2, 3, or 4,
yeah,
but
depends who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But in theory, it's your first dance, and I like to do the first dance when you just walk in, your entrance, and then you go into your first dance.
beautiful.
So yeah,
I love
and
it.
then for the
Thought of the day.
So again, we're talking about boundaries. So like I always say, it's okay to say no. Just be honest at that point.
Yeah.
And they'll go far in wedding planning. Just say no. And if you hurt someone's feelings, okay, it happens. But don't feel bad because that's how you feel as
Yeah.
the one getting married.
Yeah, exactly.
Learn to say no. And that's okay. Even if you say no, to your florist because you don't like these flowers. Say no, we want something else, or no to me. That's okay too.
Yeah.
We won't go with that.
Yeah.
No one's going to get hurt. Especially as wedding professionals. You know how many times we're told no?
Yeah,
Like,
I can
it's
imagine.
not your first time. So if you don't tell us how you're feeling or your family or whoever, no one can read your mind. And then you'll be upset and then you'll be like, and then you'll explode or whatever.
Yeah, to avoid
You
that.
know, it'll be overwhelmed and then planning won't be fun for you anymore.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, just learn to say no. Say, look, sorry, but it's not going to happen or, whatever. And that's okay because we're human and you're planning your special day. And I think to put boundaries, it's okay. And even if you have to print them out like a spreadsheet of what they're...
The pointer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually did that for my... But hey.
I thought you were going to say your husband would be like, Kevin, bro.
Remember I told you I had like PowerPoint I had like meetings with him? And it worked. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, we were, he knew where I was coming from and he knew where I was coming from. So at the end of the day, it worked out very well. But you don't have to do that extreme, mind you. But, I'm a planning that I planned my own wedding.
Yeah.
So it's like a different dynamic altogether.
Yeah.
Because I do this day in and day out. So at one point, it just becomes repetitive, just a different theme. You're like, okay, we're doing this theme again. Cool. Or how to make it better. Because last time that didn't work.
Yeah,
so I'm
that's
like,
it.
strategy, how to make it better. But learn to say no. And trust me, especially with us wedding professionals, if you tell us no, that's okay.
Yeah.
And even with your close family, friends, whoever is going to give input for your wedding, that's okay too.
Yep. So I'm going to give my thoughts on the thoughts.
Good idea.
I think, to your point, to boundaries, and I think the people that you choose in your wedding party or the people you invite to your wedding, these are people who should naturally know you.
Hopefully.
Know you through
enough
family. And embrace the fact that it's your moment.
And they respect that.
Exactly.
And whatever boundaries you have, they should know you enough to know what your boundaries are to begin with as a person.
Exactly. Sierra, do you have the thought of the thought of the thought?
Today.
My thought of the thought is communication is key.
Yep.
So
Well
you
said.
always have to keep talking. Like I don't know, like just personally, I would like try to make sure that they understand like, the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well said.
you just have to keep in contact. If you can't say, oh, I forgot to tell you, but blah, blah, on the day.
By
Yeah.
the way,
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I forgot like these 10 pictures. Just like slide them in when there's like already like a list of like 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
communication, and that's a good point.
Yep.
I like it. It makes you have to
And
communicate.
even like communication with like family members,
Those who
because
listen, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, just parents. I'm sorry, but like I would be so stressed. Like even for like going back to like the wedding dresses and stuff.
She's stressing.
I'm
To poor
telling
girl.
you, this stresses me out.
She's stressing, and I'm like, wait a second, did I miss something here?
She's stressing more than some of my brides.
No, but like if it was like up to me and I was like having this big wedding, whatever, I would be so stressed out because like I want to follow people's expectations for it,
Yeah.
But it's yours. But
Yeah.
I feel like brides sometimes they think about other people and not
And
themselves.
that's okay
It's
too.
true.
But like you said, communication,
Boundaries, too.
boundaries is key. Very good
Exactly.
point.
So
Yeah.
you kind of have to just communicate with like everybody at the wedding. Be like, yo, this is my wedding.
Yo.
Yo.
Go to Nonna.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's my wedding,
Nonna.
You specifically.
You there on the invite. You in brackets specifically.
Specifically Nonna.
Yeah.
You
Yo.
get a private email, or you even get like if she
It's
doesn't
a
know how to use
private
email,
email.
she gets a private letter from a bird in her mailbox.
A bird,
There
the-
you
the
go.
pigeon here.
That's it. Service.
service.
It's scroll.
Yeah, for like
The little ribbon.
for dresses and stuff, I would be stressing out because like the opinion that would matter to me the most is my parents'
Of course.
opinion.
Right.
So if they
rightfully
start
so.
saying, "Oh, I don't like the dress," I'd like start stressing out and whatever. But sometimes you just have to be like,
You have to
I
go
like
with
this
it,
dress.
too.
This is the dress I'm gonna go with.
Sorry.
You go with your gut. That's it.
So-
No, but you go with
Yeah.
your gut. She's
like,
right.
Even I could tell you from my own experience with my wedding dress, how like I think I tried on 8-9, and I got mine. I told you the story
Yeah.
at the sample sale, and I'm like, this is it.
You
Like,
know,
that
yeah.
was you will know, and at the end of the day, whoever your entourage, whoever is with you, they have to respect that decision too. It's not their dress; they had the
It's
moment,
yours.
or
Yeah.
they're gonna get married. And of course, expectations. Everyone will have an expectation of your wedding. Some people will think, oh, you're gonna have to wear a white dress. You
What
can
if I want to wear like a purple dress?
yeah.
Like,
Well,
I mean,
you know what? That's your choice.
It's a person. I know some people now are doing like blush dresses. I
Oh,
even
no.
tried
Oh my
one
God.
on.
You wanna
Yeah,
know what I keep seeing?
blush.
saw this-
Yeah, is blush.
No, but
yeah.
like I saw this one dress. I forgot where it was.
She's looking at dresses now.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm missing something for sure.
There's something you don't know,
It just
Lisa.
Yeah, I
popped
know.
up. I'm not getting married anytime soon.
Damn Skippy.
Disclaimer.
I'm too busy. I don't have time to plan a like a wedding and everything.
That's why you have a planner.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
go
you
on.
go. Just hit me up in a few years, Sarah.
But
You
yeah,
better be the right man. Anyway.
one of the dresses that I keep seeing like circle around on the internet is like this one dress that has like blood on it.
Blood.
Yeah, like I don't know. It looks cool. I don't know. Like I don't
Okay,
know.
hey, whatever. Hey. It's all
But,
good.
it looks cool, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, why?
Why?
Yeah.
But hey, maybe
like, it's-
someone got inspiration and
Maybe somebody smashed somebody before getting
Yeah,
down the
you
aisle
know.
there.
That, like it's like the bride's dress and the groom's like outfit. They're like
His and her matching gore.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know, but like that's
But-
something I've been seeing like circulating. And I'm like,
Point being, every dress
That's
you'll
weird.
find your dress, and like I said, styles change. It depends what you want, and also too, your dress has to match the type of wedding you're having.
Yeah.
Like not every dress goes with every type of wedding.
Yeah.
So you have to keep them. If you're doing like a garden party, you're not gonna have a ball gown because it won't fit. You'll look. It's true, you won't.
Very Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying too. You have to play the theme. You know,
Yeah.
so everything comes down to that. So you have to learn boundaries, communicate well. Put your foot down, and you'll be okay.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And on that note, we're done another
It
episode.
went by so fast.
I know it goes by
See,
fast.
with 3 girls, we're fine.
We're fine. That's
we're
it.
hitting-
We'll just put a wig
see
on
how
Steph.
interesting it is with 3 girls here.
I know. We'll just put a wig on Steph, and we'll call him Stefania.
You want to know something actually? Well, I was talking about this too before, but remember like when I said I accidentally texted another Valerie?
Yeah.
So the same thing happened, but with Stefania and Stefano.
Oh
Because they're
boy.
both,
Yeah.
in my contacts, they're both called Steph.
Oh boy.
Oh,
So
no.
sometimes I wrote this to my friend Stefania, and I was like, hey, by the way, the podcast is in the drive. And my friend writes me, she's like, what are you talking about?
She got worse. She's like, did I forget? The
She's
poor
like,
girl.
what are you talking about? And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, wrong Steph. And then I was like, because it was later, right? I didn't tell Stefano, so I like scurried to like
Scurry.
Scurry, you're like a little mouse.
scurried to his like text, and I'm like, Steph, it's in the drive, and I was like stressing out. I'm like, Steph, it's in the drive, it's in the drive.
It's in the driver's
Guy's probably snoring.
Stefania, I love it.
Stefania. I'll get him a nice.
Stephanie.
Yeah. I like Stefania.
That's better.
It's very Italian.
Yeah.
Already on that note, we're gonna see you guys
The next episode.
coming.
Soon.
There you go. No boundaries. Shout it out.
Communication, guys, is coming out soon.
There you go. See
Very-
you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.